So we are recording. So tonight I'm really pumped. We have 4 people that are going to be talking. We all kind of have our own little topics to go through, but um, honestly, you guys, we have people like in our team that just keep stepping up and showing up as leaders. And I just wanted to pick a few people that are like educated on these topics. These are topics that we all come across in the run of a week all the time, that people on our team, they're asking for more information on that kind of thing. So I just figured it's Monday night. It's a perfect night to just go over these things. And if you guys have any questions at all, put it below in the chat. Any of us would be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, so just know that there's a chat option and do not be shy if you have questions. But I'm going to start tonight talking about signing leaders and all of my tips about how to get distributors, how to bring them in, how to like show them what this business is all about, get them excited, that type of thing. So I'm going to start with that. And honestly, you guys, I mean, I love enrolling distributors. I love building my team and just showing others how to become successful in this business, and showing others that like this opportunity can change your freaking life as long as you're willing to work for it. Jenna's smiling right now because I just had such a good conversation with her today. But it's true. Like, you can go as far as you want with this. It's literally just your work ethic that's going to get you there. And tonight's going to be really good for all of you. So as far as signing distributors, I love it. And I guess my biggest tip is just being present. You have to be present on your social media every single day. And there's going to be some others that are going to be touching on that as well. The importance of being consistent in your business and how that's going to help you enroll. And so if I kind of look at the few things that I do every single day that helps me bring in team members, it's being present. It's always being on my stories. It's always making sure that I'm putting a post up there as often as I can. So, I mean, if you go through my Facebook or especially my Instagram feed, you're going to see that every single post for myself personally on my Instagram, it's a business post. It's my story. It's like what this business has done for me or what this business is going to do for me. So I know some of you are new, and know that it's okay that you don't have this giant story yet, but you can share other people's stories. You could share my story. You can share somebody else's story that's not even on our team that has gone really, really far with this business, just to show your followers, okay, this is why I work hard every single day. This is what this business can do for you as long as you're willing to work for it. And it's nice to just throw different people's stories out there all the time so that they know, like, you're not crazy and you're here for a reason and you're working for big things. And if you don't have your own story yet, I want you talking about where you're going. Okay, so know your why, and Mallory's going to touch on that too, or not Mallory, Kayla, I think is going to touch on your why. Know your why and know, like, what did you join for? What are the 3 biggest things that you're working to strive for? Do you want to come home full time with your kids, or do you want to be able to pay off huge debt that you racked up from going to university? Do you want to travel? Like, what are the things that you are here for? What are the things that are pushing you hard every single day to work your business? Talk about those. Constantly talk about those. That is your story. That's what you're going to put out there. That's what people are going to be seeing and recognizing from you. And every single time you get closer to achieving one of those goals, they're going to see that. And then eventually you're going to get a message to your inbox saying, okay, what the heck is this business? Like, I see you over there traveling all the time. I see you paying off debt. Like, I want to be a part of that. Fill me in. I want to do this too. So people are always watching you. And that's why it's so important to be consistent. People are always watching. And if you take a day off from posting on your stories, that's a day that you can miss from someone joining your team. So adding to your stories, I like to literally show my life all day long. I like to show, like, this, as soon as I get up in the morning, I like to get up early. So sometimes, like, I'll be up in my kitchen at 5 a.m. making my coffee, and I'll post on my story and put the little timestamp of it being like super, super early. I'm up, I'm working my business, it's 5 a.m. Or maybe I'm doing personal development. I screenshot the little podcast that I'm listening to and I post it in my story. And that's basically kind of like content that other people can take and they can look into. And that way you're not only showing people the life that you're living, but you're inspiring people at the same time. Like you're just showing them what you're doing throughout the day. And you're being an inspiration to others, and that's going to make them want to come on board. I also share my story through my Instagram, my Facebook stories. So like I use the Over app. I love the Over app. OVER. It's awesome. I'll go on there and I'll just create a few slides that just kind of share exactly what it is that I do in my business, or like maybe some of the things that I've accomplished, or maybe some of the things that I'm striving to accomplish. And I'll put that up on my Instagram and Facebook story, and people will look at that, and then I'll get messages because it's appealing to them. So I'll just show you a couple for an example. I did this, and I post this one a lot. I did this in the Over app. So the first one right here, it says, 2.5 years ago, I was overworked and underpaid. I worked 3 jobs on top of going to school full time. I was tired of working so hard and barely getting ahead. That was my life before this business. And then here's the next one, something simple. It just says, now I'm the girl who makes six figures from her phone. Then the next one, right here, and it says what I do. It says take cute pictures, help people get healthy and wealthy, meet inspiring friends, work 100% from my phone/laptop. And then the last one, it says I'm obsessed with the freedom it gives me because I was traveling there. It says the reason why I share all of this with you is because I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to want more, but I don't know how to go. I don't know how about going, like doing so. I know it can be so scary. We were all there at one point, and we made a choice to change our lives. Do it scared. So that way I'm showing people where I was at one point, the struggle, so that people can relate. Because that's the thing, when you're trying to sign distributors, you need to put the struggle out there. You need to be vulnerable. You need to share why you got started in your journey, because people can relate to that. And when people relate to you, that's when they're going to relate to what you want out of this business. And when they see like, okay, I was working 3 jobs and going to school full time. Okay. Now I work from home. I work from Florida, however many times a year. I work from wherever I want to go. I might take Juan to work some days, my boyfriend, and I go to the coffee shop, or like literally I just live every day not knowing what's going to happen. And so you just want to document that as you go along. And when you make these little stories, it just helps to seal the deal. And it's just a simple way of kind of putting your story out there. It's attractive. And then at the very end, it just says swipe up and type info for more info. So I also have that saved right here in the highlights under my story, wherever that is. And I've had a lot of people go through here, and they'll click on my story and they read through that same little bunch of slides that I just read to you, and they'll message me and they'll say, what is this? And I've signed a lot of distributors that way. So make sure that when you do create those few little slides through the Over app, that you're putting it in your highlight section on Instagram, because it's going to help you a lot. So that's, I guess, Instagram stories. I use polls a lot. It's really good to just kind of give little bits of like for example, I was watching a video recently, and it said, it was a mother, and she said, I am so thankful for the days that I get to drive my kids to school. That's all she said, just one little line. Or I remember the days when I could only afford to put $5 in my gas tank. So maybe you're putting gas in your car, which we all do, and you want to just record yourself while you're putting gas in your car. And you could just make one little line saying, I remember the days when I could only afford to put $5 in my gas tank. And that's going to make people think like, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing now? What does your life look like that you can afford to do more than that? And that's going to make people curious. I don't tell people what I'm doing. I don't tell people what company I'm for. And so you just want to create curiosity. Curiosity kills the cat. That's going to be the type of one little liner that's going to get somebody to vote on your poll, or they're going to send a message to your inbox and say, what the heck are you doing? And that's always my line. What the heck are you doing? But yeah, so little one-liners like that throughout the day. And I want to speak to the busy people. I want to speak to the people that feel like your life is crazy and you're working all these jobs and you're going to school, and that you feel like you can only work your business when you come home at night. Raise your hand if you're one of those people. You feel like, yeah, you feel like throughout the day you have so many things going on, and then you come home at the end of the night and it's okay, time to sit down and work my business. What I want you to know is that your business, you should be working it all day. Like, I don't mean sitting at your desk when you're supposed to be doing your real job, not real job, but your other job, working your business, right? That's not what I mean. What I mean is, if you're on your lunch break and you're having something yummy for lunch, take a picture of it and post it in your story. If you are filling up your gas tank on your way to work, take a little boomerang or a video of it and make that little one-liner, like I said, about your gas tank, or something like, thank you, it works. Thank you. You could say it works. Thank you, it works for filling up my gas tank. I'm going to see what Ashley said. I'm only productive at this business if I'm busy. Weekends are my most unproductive days of the week. Exactly. You guys, the successful people in this world are the busy people. Honestly, I feel like I had my priorities straight more when I was working 3 jobs, going to school full time, because I needed this business to work for me, and I worked it throughout the day. I would wake up at 5 a.m. I was so freaking fired up. I would get up at 5 a.m. so I could work my business before my crazy day started. I was so excited. And then in between classes, literally 15 minutes, okay, I got to make a post. And I just made it a priority. And then after that, maybe I had a quick little lunch break, I'd do something else. So you got to fit it in throughout the day. And this really ties into Sydney's topic, so I don't want to go too much farther. But anyway, yeah, let me see if I had anything else I wanted to say. You can host a post for distributors as well. Just going to throw that out there because it might be mentioned later. Cold messaging through Instagram. I do more cold messaging through Instagram. If you're new and you don't know what I mean by cold messaging, basically what that means is, like, if let's say I posted a story about the business. So maybe that story that I just showed you guys, and I was going through my story, and this is a coffee one, but let's just say it's about the business. Okay. So I'm going to click here. So if you scroll down, these are the people that have viewed your story. If you scroll down here and you message the first 50 people, that you see on this list are the people that are watching your stories more than anyone. If you scroll down, you start sending them a message about your business, and you could say something like, hey girl, I see you've been watching all my stories lately. I'm just wondering, would you be interested in bringing in between $500 to $2,000 a month from your cell phone? I have 2 spots open right now. Leave it at that. See what they say. So that's like an example of a cold message. You could do the same thing for people that are liking your posts, or if somebody, maybe they're not even interacting at all, and you're scrolling through your newsfeed and you see this girl and you're like, she would be amazing on my team, I would love to do this business with her, and you want to send her a message, do that. But just make it personal. Say something like, hey girl, you've been on my heart for a while. I keep seeing your beautiful posts pop up all the time. And I feel like you'd be really good at what I do. I'm just wondering, are you interested in making some money from your cell phone? I have a couple spots open, or can I fill you in? I like to finish with a question because that keeps the conversation going. So don't be afraid to share your heart. If you see someone and you're like, that's my dream team right there, I want them on my team, send them a message and just get a conversation going, and know that they might not say yes today, but they're going to say yes. As you're more consistent and you have more conversations going with them in the future, that person's going to come back. It happens all the time. Maybe they'll become a customer instead, but it's still helping you, right? And you can still help them. So that's that. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is just being present on your social media, making sure that you're interacting a lot. That's another thing. I will go through and I'll interact with all of the people that have liked my posts. I'll interact with the people that have saw my stories. I'll go through my newsfeed. Sometimes I go through my newsfeed and I'll just comment on every single person's post. And you can do this on Facebook. I'm just on Instagram currently, but go through and leave some comments. And again, if you see that one person that you're like, I want her on my team, then I want you to make a really bomb comment on her post. Say something like, girl, you are so beautiful. I hope you're having a great day. Or like, maybe that's a little creepy, but just say something that's out there. Say something that's going to be bold, because I find it happens to me all the time. I'll comment on people's posts. I'll say things that are from my heart. It's true feelings. It's real. And if I say something to someone that I don't even know, telling them that like they're pretty or I love their hair or like a compliment, you guys, to somebody that I don't even know, that stands out because not everybody has the nerve to do that. And I've had a lot of people come back and say, hey, I just saw your comment on my post. I just want to say thank you so much for that. Like, you just made my whole day. Also, I've been seeing those posts you've been putting out there about your business. Can you tell me about it? And it happens all the time. And it pays off so much when you finally get a message like that. So interacting lots, being present on your stories, sharing your story, where you're headed in this business or somebody else's story in your stories on Facebook and Instagram or on your actual feed as much as you can. That's what I do to get distributors and just follow-ups. The second you have somebody that's interested, keep following up with them, because they might not be ready today, but they might be tomorrow, or they might be a month from now. So I'm going to leave it at that, because I know, like I said, a few of our topics are going to clash a little bit tonight. But next, if Mallory is good to talk, I'm trying to find you on my screen. I'm like, do you have the baby? Anyway, if you're good to talk, you can unmute yourself and take it away.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm going to apologize in advance. I had a coffee after supper, so I'm a little jittery right now, but I'm super pumped up to talk about getting loyal customers and host to posts. So host to posts are my personal favorite way of getting loyal customers. And if you don't know what host to post is, I remember being so confused by what the heck is everyone posting HAP on our page. I have no idea what that stands for. It's host to post, and it's when one of your Facebook friends or Instagram followers posts something on their page for you. It's something, a post that you would give to them to post. And it's going to be business related or product related. So there's a couple of ways to get the ball rolling. If you're brand new, like when I first started, I would just ask some close friends and family for a favor. I'm getting my business started. Would you do me a favor and post this picture on your wall for me? I don't think I've ever had anyone say no, honestly, maybe one or two times, but more often than not, they're going to say yes. And all you're going to provide them with is a photo. It could be like a picture you get from Pinterest of, we use hair, skin, nails, for example. It's my favorite. Take like a really cute picture from Pinterest of someone's great hair. And then you can add text over top, something like, my friend's looking for product models for her hair growth supplement or vitamin. Drop an emoji or comment for information. So they'll post that to their wall for you. And I just say, let me know when it's posted. So they'll say, hey, it's posted. You'll run over to their profile. Sometimes it takes a while to show up, and I normally see it in my feed before I see it on their profile, which is really weird. But once I see the post, I save it. So for Facebook, for instance, I'm going to save their post and I'm going to create a collection. So I have a collection for each month that I do a host to post. So I have October 2019 host to post. So every host to post that someone has put out for me, I'm saving that to my October 2019 host to post folder. So that is how you stay organized and always go back, because you can really get the ball rolling with host to post. And sometimes you have 20 or 30 host to posts out at the same time, and it gets crazy, and it's a good thing, but it's really important to stay organized. So I'm just going to follow my notes to make sure I don't miss any steps. Adding to your collection. So you're going to periodically check on the post. Anyone who likes or hearts or comments or anything on the post, you're going to send them a friend request and you're going to message them. And your first message to them, especially if there's someone you're not currently friends with, is going to be, hey, you commented on Katie's post about my hair growth challenge. Let me know when you see this message. You want to send them a friend request, because if you don't become friends with them, their message is going to get filtered into that. Someone remind me what it's called. that like hidden folder in your inbox.
Requests.
Yeah, your message requests. Sorry, baby brain. It gets pushed into there and they don't often see it, or it just gets complicated. So you send them the friend request and then you send them a message. And normally within whatever, an hour to a day, they'll get back to you and they'll say, hey, see your message. And then you can give them the blurb about becoming a product tester or a loyal customer for you. And I will post in the team page either later tonight or tomorrow some examples of scripts that you can tailor to how you speak, and some images that you can use or use as inspiration to create your own. So as you're periodically checking on these host-a posts, if you notice that it's either gotten no interaction or it got some interaction, but it's been a week and it hasn't had any new comments, you can throw a heart on it or add a little comment, and that's gonna revive the post and bring it back up into people's feeds. If any of this is not making sense, throw your hand up to ask a question or throw it in the chat. I just want to make sure everyone that I'm saying this clearly. So the other way to get the ball rolling with host a post, instead of just asking a favor, what we commonly do now is you buy into a monthly cash giveaway. So it's $10 US to Jordan Molinex via PayPal. And we can give you those specifics and details after if you just message me. But you just wire her $10. She will add you to the October 2019 Host a Post giveaway page. And anytime someone puts a Host a Post up for you, you would add their name to that giveaway page and you actually tag them. So Jordan takes over this. There have been hundreds and hundreds of entries. And first day of every month, she will do the draw. She picks a random number. It's like computer generated random number. And then that's the winner. So since you've tagged the person in the giveaway page, she has a way to contact them. I hope that makes sense. So for the buy-in, you would put a post up either on your wall or even through stories and say, tell me your favorite ice cream to be entered to win $400 cash. So you can do that as a post on your wall or as a story and just throw up a little poll. Remembering, side note, with polls, you always want the poll to have two positive options, like yes or hell yes, or give me all the money or something like that. Two positive responses. I just never want to open the door for someone to blatantly do something negative. So two positive responses. And then anyone that messaged you, yeah, I want in your giveaway, you say, hey, all you have to do to get in my draw is to put this picture up on your wall for me and let me know once it's posted. And then you start over again with saving that post to your collection, following up on the post, messaging people who have liked or commented, adding them as friends, and the cycle continues. I just forgot something there. It's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come back to me. If someone becomes a loyal customer through a Host a Post, they sign up to do the 90-day hair, skin, nails challenge. A lot of the time I'll say, hey, do you want to also be entered in my cash draw? Or do you mind doing me this favor and throw this picture up for me? I'm looking for more product models. And then you can get another Host a Post rolling from that. Even if they don't buy the product, you could still ask them. If they say, I'm not interested right now, or I don't have cash till next month, you could say, no problem. Do you mind throwing this picture up for me anyway? And then it spirals, and it's crazy how fast it can get going. But I promise, as long as you're saving all of those posts to a collection on Facebook, you will be able to stay organized and follow up. There was one other. Oh, that's what it was. Tagging. When you provide someone with the photo to Host a Post, sorry if you can hear baby crying. When someone puts a post up for you, you're just gonna say, please don't tag me. Facebook hates it when you tag me and will block the post. And it has happened. Even sometimes I'll notice they'll say, hey, I put the post up for you, and they've tagged me. I just go back and say, oops, sorry, do you mind just deleting that post and posting it again without tagging me? Facebook hates that, or something like that. People never mind, so don't be afraid to ask. Sorry, bear with me for 1 second. Is he okay? Yeah. Okay, we're good. And Caitlin, did I miss anything on host to post?
I think you're good.
Sorry.
I think you covered everything. There's so many steps, but like, you guys, if you haven't started this yet, or if you feel like it's not really working for you for some reason, like you're not getting comments or something.
Sorry, that's my husband being funny with the baby.
Yeah, so if you feel like it's not working for you for some reason, like take note of what she's saying. If people are tagging you, it's probably why it's not working. Or if you haven't gone back to try to revive the post, that's probably why you're not getting any comments. Dominique's comment.
Yes, and the other thing too is I will put up in the team page some examples for you to use, but you have to switch it up because Facebook hates it when you post the same post, or they'll notice when 5 or 6 people are posting the exact same image, especially if it's within like even a day. I've noticed that the first couple will work and then the last 3, like nothing. Yeah. So sometimes if I'm in the mood and I'm not too busy with other hosted posts, I'll even ask the person like, oops, that didn't work. Do you mind deleting it and posting this picture instead? So like I said, you can use Pinterest, get a cute picture from Pinterest and throw some text over it, either using like the Over app or even just using Instagram sometimes and saving it instead of posting it. That works. And I totally lost my train of thought. Or yes, just text on Facebook where you use those fun backgrounds. That seems to be like the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Yeah. No, yeah, definitely put those examples up for everyone. And I mean, if you feel like what you're doing right now, if you're already doing host posts and it's not working for you really, really well, try a different post. Try something that she's going to put up there for an idea and switch it up. Also know that like, I mean, you kind of mentioned this, but like the day can depend on it, or the person that's posting for you can depend on how many comments you get. I just had someone post for me the other day, literally 50 comments on the post, and that hasn't happened in a long time. But she must be on Facebook a lot. I think she must interact a lot with a lot of different people because she, like, her algorithm's amazing and she got so many comments. Whereas sometimes, or a lot of times, people will post it and you might get 1 like, and that's just, it just happens. But the more hosted posts you can get out there, the better it's going to be for your business. And I mean, if you look at the boom contest that we have in our team page right now, if you're not in our team page yet, we have a contest where everybody records the enrollments that are coming in. And if you look at how many booms, is what we call them, are in the team page, probably 90 or more percentage of the booms that are coming in, or the enrollments that are coming in, are from host to post. So if you want to like get all the customers, that's what you got to do. So thank you so much for explaining all of that. Did you have anything else to say, or do you think you're good?
Yeah, just really quickly, that was basically all Facebook. And then there's Instagram. If you're going to use Instagram, have the person post the photo to their stories. Stories are just hotter than posting to your feed. You're going to get more attention. And have the person, there'll be a little box or a placeholder in the photo for them to tag you. So they'll add the photo to their story. They'll say, hey, my friend's looking for product models for her hair and lash vitamin. If you want info, DM @_Mallory Dawn. And then it pops them over to my page, and then they can DM me from there for all the info. And then other than host to post, and please message me on Facebook or Instagram if you have questions about this, because this is a lot of information all at once. So I'm happy to help you like go step by step through it. No problem. The other way to get loyal customers outside of host to post is sometimes just asking. And I found that the way to kind of take the pressure off cold messaging someone is to ask if they know anyone who's interested in growing their hair out or losing 15 or 20 pounds or something like that. So it takes the pressure off saying, are you interested or will you be a product model for me? It just, hey, do you know anyone who's looking to lose 10 or 15 pounds over the next 3 months? I have a herbal cleanse that I love and I'm looking for some product reviewers. And most of the time, though, they might be like, well, I'm interested, or they might rhyme off a couple people like, yeah, my coworker complains about having no energy all the time or whatever. So there's lots of different ways to interact with people without putting the pressure right on them. So I think that's everything.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. That was amazing. So next, I'm going to ask Sydney to kind of touch on consistency. Hopefully, every time I went to say something, I'm like, darn it, Sydney should be talking about this. But hopefully I didn't say too much of what she was planning on saying. Is she on?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm right
here. You're right beside me. I couldn't find you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So being consistent, I mean, this is something I literally talk about every single day. Like, it's the main thing that I stress about absolutely everything. So what should you be consistent with? So posting every single day. Posting, I try and post 2 to 3 times a day. I mean, even if you get one good post out there, just posting every single day and being on top of people's feeds is super, super important, as well as your stories too. So you want to constantly be filling your stories because people are going to be watching them. And when you're filling them throughout the day, they're going to be coming back to the top of everybody's stories. So they're going to see them and they're constantly going to be watching you. And just showing up. I mean, I just went live in the team page about this. Showing up and just being present is something that you always want to be consistent with. I know personally, like if I miss a day of self-development or if I miss a day of a Zoom, like I feel off because being consistent with it has changed my business. So one excuse that I get a lot when I mention consistency is I'm too busy. I don't have time to come up with a post. I don't have time to find a post. I don't have time to answer the comments or message people back like I'm working full time. I have so much to do, whatever the excuses may be. My advice for that is to plan ahead. So if you go in the team page, we have a whole entire thread of posts. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Of posts for you to look at. So, and posts, like you can change them up, make them a little more personal to you, but you can seriously go in there if you're having a busy day and copy one, make it a little more personal to you and post it. Like if you don't have time to come up with your own, that's what they're there for. I know even on my busiest of days, like that is what I go to because I know that getting a post out there is more important than anything, even if I didn't write it. Even if I know I'm going to have a busy day, I make sure I get those posts out there. When they get comments, if I don't have time to answer the comments, I don't answer the comments right away. But it's more important to have that post out there, be present, be seen, than to even answer them at that point if you don't have the time, because you literally have 15 seconds to copy and paste a post. So that's one thing. Like if you know you're going to have a busy week or a busy day, like sit down the night before, take half an hour, find 2 or 3 posts, save them in your notes, or write 2 or 3 posts, save them in your notes, and just prepare what you're going to do. So the next day, throughout your busy day, you can like just run to your phone, copy and paste, and post it in like 10 seconds. So being busy isn't an excuse for staying consistent. Just plan ahead. That's something that I have learned to do when my life gets busy is I just completely plan it ahead.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
Made me think of something. So you guys, I mean, I travel a lot, and in my first big trip that I did after joining my business, I went to Colombia for over a month, I guess, with Juan's family. So in South America, that's where my boyfriend's from. And I went there, and my business at that point wasn't booming, okay? But like, I did not have a lot of time. Like literally, I was traveling like for a full month in a different place every single day. Like it was insane while I was there. I barely had Wi-Fi, but I had my posts made up and ready to post the second I came into a location with Wi-Fi. And I was consistently putting something out there on my Facebook and on my Instagram every single day to show people like, I'm traveling, but like I'm still working my business. I'm still making money. I might not have been enrolling a whole bunch of people because things were just crazy. And like I said, I barely had service while I was away. But like you need to show people that you haven't quit. That's the thing. So many people get started in this business and they stop being consistent and then they give up on themselves. But if you are showing up every single day, that also ties into what I was talking about, signing distributors. If you're there every single day, that shows people that they can trust in you, that you're going to be there for them as a leader when they do get started. And so consistency is going to help your entire business. Sorry, just wanted to say
that. So what being consistent has done for me, so I'm only 4 months into this business, guys. Like I am still new. I'm still learning things every single day. But one thing that being consistent has done for me is I have noticed so many people who have been watching me, and there's people that I talk to. I guess I'm gonna try and find that conversation. And I talked to her on July 15th. So this is a week after I joined the business. So I had talked to her about becoming a distributor. We talked for a couple days. She didn't have the money, so I checked in with her consistently for quite a few days, and even like a month later, and she just didn't answer. And September 19th, after she watched me for 2 months, she sent me a message and said, "Hey girl, I'm serious about doing this now. I really want it." Because she watched me and she watched how successful I was, because every single day I was posting about this business. I was posting about what it was doing for me, and I was just posting about how it changed my life. And she watched that. She saw me. And this happens a lot. Like, most of us can vouch for that. When you're consistent, it pays off. And even if you don't see the results right away, like I see the results more and more the longer I'm in this business. Like I have more and more people reaching out to me first because they've watched me for so long and they've watched me grow. I had a girl message me today and she said, "I feel like I've grown in this business with you because every time I open my phone, I see your posts and I get to watch you." And like that just made me realize, and that's why this topic is so important to me, is because I stayed consistent, she got to watch me grow and she got to become inspired, and she fell in love with this business without even doing it because I was so passionate and because I took the time to post every single day, whether it was about the business or not. Again, that's another thing. Like if you say you're having a busy day, post about your busy day. It doesn't always have to be a product post. It doesn't always have to be about a giveaway, anything like that. Post about how you had a bad day. Post about the crazy things that happen, because people are going to relate to that and they're going to fall in love with you before they fall in love with the business, before they fall in love with what you're selling. So just staying consistent and being present on social media. Like, just be relatable. I'm not telling you have to be a walking It Works billboard. Don't post about the products 24/7. Like, all of your posts shouldn't be about products, but just posting and being present and letting people know that you're a real person is super, super important. So sometimes people will come to me and they say, "My business isn't working." And the first thing before I say anything else is, "When's the last time you posted? And are you being consistent with it?" And if they're like, "Well, things got really, really busy," I was like, "All right, well, let's come up with a plan. You sit down and you plan out your post for the next day that you know you're going to have a busy day." And they come back to me and they say, "Wow, so many more people have noticed my posts." And I was like, "Yes, because you have been present. You've been there. You've been posting no matter what's going on. And people are noticing that because you're always in their feed no matter what they're doing." Yeah, so I wouldn't be where I am today without being consistent. And like, you can ask me any single day what has changed my business besides host a post. Being consistent, that like, it's something that I stress, and I beat myself up if I don't post at least twice a day, because I know and I've seen the results of what being consistent can do for your business.
Honestly, you guys, Sydney and I hang out on Zoom all the time. We just work on business, and she'll be like, "Darn it, I didn't post at 9 a.m. And I'm like, "Girl, I haven't posted since last night." And like, she's like, she just has times and she's on it, and she is only 4 months in. Like, she's earning next month a $13,000 bonus. Why? Because she's consistent and she doesn't stop working her business and she doesn't stop talking to people. Now I'm just talking you up because you're doing so good. And this is a good topic to touch on because it's so important. So take everything that she said tonight. You might not even be done, but take everything that she's talking about and like write it down, like put it all over your room, be consistent, post at 9 a.m., post at 2 p.m., like come up with a routine that works for you. If you're busy, plan it out ahead, because I promise you, this is going to change your business. Nobody wants to join you as a customer or a distributor if you're only posting once a week, because whether they're joining your team or becoming a customer, like how could you trust somebody that's only on their phone like at 9 p.m.? You know what I mean? Like you want to make sure that your audience knows you're going to be there for them every step of the way. Even if you have a busy lifestyle, you're going to be able to fit it in. So sorry, I might have cut you off.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're good? Okay. So anyway, thank you for that. So we're going to finish off with Kayla. She had a really good topic to kind of end with tonight. She's going to touch on being in a rut, or how not every single day is going to be your best day. Anyway, she's really prepared for this, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Go ahead.
Hey guys, so yeah, I'm going to talk about ruts. We all go through them. They can be really discouraging, even if it's just like nobody commenting on your posts or nobody liking your stuff, not really getting much interaction, nobody buying. But you're not alone. Like I said, it happens to all of us. And I don't know, the first thing I wanted to talk about is changing your mindset on how instead of why. So instead of saying like, oh, why am I not getting followers? Why am I not doing this? You can say, how can I improve myself to make sure that I am getting these followers? Or how can I improve my business to make more people want to join? I also see a lot of people quit the first time that they hear no, or the first time that they post anything on their Facebook or story and don't have any interaction. And like, we've all been there. Top income earners hear no literally every single day, multiple times a day, and that doesn't stop them from pushing forward, and that shouldn't stop you either. I also think we need to learn to manage our expectations, you guys. Like, a lot of people who join this business seem to think that everything's going to run smoothly, everything's going to go well, you're going to get a million like customers right off day one, and you know, that's so unrealistic. If you're constantly thinking things are going to run smoothly, you're going to be frustrated when they don't. And so if we go in expecting a few bumps along the road and a few no's, we'll be better prepared mentally for when that does happen, and then we can grow for them rather than quit right when we feel the first sign of discouragement. We also need to manage what we're focusing on and what we think about. Like, are we focusing on the what ifs? Many times people take a leap or many times people don't take a leap because they're scared of failing. People won't apply for a job because they're scared they won't get it. They won't apologize because they'll be scared that it won't be accepted. They won't go into that relationship because they're scared it won't succeed. And, you know, like, we have to keep out the negative thoughts and not dwell on the what ifs and focus on the here and now. So I actually have a verse and it's Philippians 4:8, and I just really like what it says, so I'm going to read it to you guys. It's finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So I really like that verse because it talks about thinking about what's positive and what's here and now. So you want to think about everything in a positive manner and think about, you know, what's going to happen, like, and what's happening now for you. Like, if something positive came from a post you did the other day, boost up that post. don't just dwell on the negatives, like posts that weren't doing super well, and dwell on those things. And don't dwell on the what if, like, what if nobody does comment on my post? It's better to post than to just say what if, and never do it, guys. And then I also wanted to talk about managing where we're placing our focus and what we're seeing and who we're connecting with. So I make sure to constantly follow and connect with people who are inspiring me to be better and do better and just be a more positive version of myself. So if you guys aren't following people on Instagram and Facebook and having people in your lives daily who are boosting you up and just keeping you really centered, then you guys need to change who you're following. Because since I've started just following more positive people and talking to more positive people, I've noticed a huge difference in how I feel daily, the posts that I'm putting out there, and the interactions that I myself am having with other people, and how much more positive that is as well. And if your friends aren't supportive, you need to reevaluate those friendships. That was a really hard thing for me to do, so I wanted to tell you guys a little story about that. A few weeks ago, one of my very best friends, I was the maid of honor at her wedding, which is like my cover photo on Facebook and everything, like best friends. We've been friends since like elementary school. She messaged me on Facebook and she said, "Hey, no offense, I'm unfollowing you. You're so annoying with your business, etc., etc." And that really brought me down, you guys. Like, that discouraged me. It was so negative. It hurt my feelings. I was down for days because of that. And I felt like I didn't want to post because I didn't want to be annoying. And like, I just really had to reevaluate that friendship and realize that she's not boosting me up. She's not trying to help me succeed. She's not wanting me to succeed. Like, a real friend is somebody who will be there and just be excited for you when you're doing well. So that was really hard for me. But like I said, guys, you need people who are positive in your lives. You need people who will boost you up, people who will be supportive. And if you're really feeling discouraged, like Caitlin said earlier, you need to go back to your why you joined this business, why you decided to do this in the first place. My why was my daughter. Like, I want to be home with her. I want to be able to save up money, take her to Disney World. Like, that's super exciting for me. It's always been my dream. So when I have hard times, struggles, like when I'm feeling discouraged or in a rut and not wanting to post, I always go back to my why. I think about my daughter. I go back to my old posts about like when I first joined the business. Like, I will go to my like welcome post even and just reread it over and over to remind myself, like, this is why I joined. And if it's not enough to boost you up, you need to change your why, because it can always be updated, changed, improved. So my why was Disney World, and it's improved like past that. My why now is I want to stay home with her every single day of her life. Like, I don't want to miss out on anything. And so like, I've updated and improved my why. And so I constantly go back to that, you guys, and it keeps me just feeling really focused, and it helps me out of my ruts. I did notice that there was a message. One sec, you guys. Ashley. Try to work for this. She's kind of mood sucking. Oh, yeah, I hate those kind of friends. Like I said, like, I do have a few friends from like my childhood who are super supportive. Even if they're not buying the products, they're constantly liking and reacting to my stories, liking and reacting to my posts, messaging me, saying that I seem happy and I seem like I'm doing well. And that's just nice. That's positive. That's supportive. Like, I'm not asking them to buy a bunch of products. I'm just asking them to see that I'm happy and be happy for me, I guess, which isn't really a lot to ask for. So if your friends aren't boosting you up like that, like I said, you need to reevaluate that. Anyway, that's kind of all I really had for tonight.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys, the thing is in this business, we grow and we change so much. Like, we are literally paid to better who we are. And if you only knew how much time I put into personal development every day, not because I really need to as much as I do, or because like I do it because I love it. Like I wake up in the morning and as I'm putting my makeup on, brushing my teeth, showering, whatever, I'm always listening to a podcast. I write in my journal, I write to God every single day, and I talk about what I want with my life. Like I'll talk about money and like I manifest what I want to bring in for money in the next week or in the next day. And when I do that, you guys, like literally he shows up. This week, I pulled out my journal. This is my journal right here. And I started writing and I was like, I need this much money for this. And I'm like, I don't know how it's going to come in, but help me. I trust in you. I know this is going to happen. And I was telling Sydney this morning, like 2 days ago, I just literally had $500 come out of nowhere and I transferred that to my credit card. And then again, yesterday, another 400 I was able to put on my credit card. I don't even know where it came from. Like product cash and like just random e-transfers coming out of like, sometimes I'll pray for it and then I get money back from my insurance company, or it's just the weirdest things. And so you need to just like dig out your journal, make that part of your daily routine, and just use that to get your mind straight. Do the personal development, and mindset is huge. And it's gonna, I guess, to lead back into what I was trying to say is like, we grow so much in our business every single day and we're paid to do that. But our friends aren't all doing that. So we're changing every single day, but not everybody can keep up to it, like keep up with us unless they're in our life every single day. So don't get discouraged if someone ever makes a comment like that. Like Kayla will agree, I had a completely different circle of friends before this business. We still talk, we're fine, but like now I have you guys and you guys get me on a whole nother level. So it's just part of it. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate everybody that took your little chance to say something tonight. This will be recorded, so if you want to go back and watch anything, you definitely can. If you have questions, you can message me or any of the girls that spoke on something that maybe you have questions about. But besides that, have a great night, and I'll see you guys all on the next Monday night soon. Bye.